In our previous video, we had discussed about meaning of liquidation of companies. To brief it, liquidation or winding up of company means the termination of the legal existence of a company. That is, the corporate life of a company will come to an end. The liquidation process of the company includes realization of assets and utilizing that money in order to settle the claims of the creditors, and then if any surplus is available, distribution of such surplus to the members. This is what the meaning of liquidation is all about.
If you have not watched our previous video, the meaning of liquidation, then link has been provided in the description. You could watch the video.
In this video, we are going to discuss about types of winding up of companies. Before we begin, welcome to Sridhar's lab. Definition of winding up. As per section 2, subsection 94A of Companies Act 2013, winding up means winding up under this act or liquidation under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 as applicable. That is, we call it as winding up under Companies Act 2013. Same winding up, we call it as liquidation under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Modes of winding up or liquidation. There are two modes of winding up. One is voluntary winding up, the other one is compulsory winding up by the tribunal. And a voluntary winding up, there are two kinds of voluntary winding up. One is members voluntary winding up, the other one is creditors voluntary winding up. Now let us briefly discuss the meaning of these modes of winding up. Meaning of voluntary winding up. When members and creditors of the company decide to wind up the company without the intervention of court, it is known as voluntary winding up of a company. Here, the members and its creditors mutually settle their affairs without going to the court. Voluntary winding up may take place under the following circumstances. That is, when a company can initiate voluntary winding up. Let's see. The company can initiate voluntary winding up when the period has expired for which the company was constituted. That is, if in articles of association of the company it was already fixed that the company has to liquidate after certain years, then the company can voluntarily wind up as a result of the expiry of its duration. The company can initiate voluntary winding up on the occurrence of any event in respect of which the articles provides that company should be dissolved. That is, if in articles of association of the company it was already fixed that on occurrence of a particular event a company can be liquidated, then when such event occurs, now the company can be terminated. A company can go for voluntary winding up if the company passes a special resolution that the company may be wound up voluntarily. That is, if the company feels now that they want to liquidate, so then also they can voluntarily initiate winding up procedure. These are the three circumstances under which a company can go for voluntary winding up. The Companies Act provides for two types of voluntary winding up. They are members voluntary winding up, creditors voluntary winding up. Members voluntary winding up. Members voluntary winding up occurs when the members of the company decides to wind it up even its financial position is so sound that it can pay all its debts and liabilities. That is, when the company is solvent. So the members voluntary winding up can take place even when the company is sound. So when a company is sound and winding up procedure is carried out, that is considered as members voluntary winding up. The members' voluntary winding up requires a declaration of company solvency by the majority of directors. That is, when a company initiates members' voluntary winding up, then it should prove to the registrar of companies that their company is a solvent company. To do that, the members' voluntary winding up requires a declaration of company solvency at the board of directors meeting that should be submitted to the registrar of company. The declaration must specify the director's opinion that the company has no debt or it will be able to pay its debts in full from the proceeds of asset to be sold in the voluntary liquidation. That is, in order to prove solvency, the declaration from majority of the directors of the company stating that the company has no debt or it will be able to pay back its debts in full has to be made, and the declaration should also state that the company is not being liquidated to cheat any person. This declaration from the directors of the company should be submitted to the registrar of company 4 weeks before the date of passing the resolution for winding up. Resolution for voluntary winding up should be passed at a general meeting of the company. In case of members voluntary winding up, special resolution of company called resolution for voluntary winding up should be passed at a general meeting of the company. This is what members voluntary winding up is all about. Creditors voluntary winding up. When the declaration of solvency is not made and filed with the registrar, it may be presumed that the company is insolvent. In that case, the company must call a meeting of its creditor for passing the resolution for winding up. As discussed under members voluntary winding up, the declaration of solvency has to be made to the registrar of companies by the directors of the company. If the declaration of solvency is not made by the directors, then in that case, the company calls a meeting of creditors for passing the resolution for winding up. This is what called as creditors voluntary winding up. The next mode of winding up under the modes of winding up is compulsory winding up by the tribunal. The tribunal is nothing but a special court. Here, in this context, the tribunal is National Company Law Tribunal, that is NCLT. A compulsory winding up occurs by an order of the tribunal made on a petition under section 272. That is, a compulsory winding up occurs by an order by the court. That is because a petition is made by the people who are mentioned under 272 section of Companies Act 2013. Petition for winding up to tribunal can be made by a company, any contributory or contributors, the registrar, any person authorized by central government in that behalf. In case affairs of the company have been conducted in a fraudulent manner by the central government or a state government. Here, petition means application, or it can be considered as a request made by certain people to the court. So, in this context, these are the people who can apply or who can request the court to liquidate the company because of several reasons, which we will be discussing in the next one, that is about circumstances under which the court can liquidate the company. Now let us discuss under what circumstances a company may be wound up by tribunal. That is as per section 271 of Companies Act 2013. A company may on a petition under section 272 be wound up by the tribunal. So a company may be wound up by the tribunal when it receives a petition by any of the persons mentioned under section 272 of the Companies Act 2013. In the following circumstances, the company can be wound up. They are: if the company is unable to pay its debts. So if a company is unable to pay its debts, then its creditors might file a petition for winding up to the tribunal. If the company has by special resolution resolved that the company be wound up by the tribunal. That is, the company may pass special resolution in their meeting to wind up their company by approaching the tribunal. In this case also, the company may be wound up by the tribunal. If the company has acted against the interest of the sovereignty and integrity of India, the security of the state, friendly relationship with foreign state, public order, decency or morality. That is, if a company has acted against the interests and security of our country, on these grounds also a company can be compulsorily wound up by the tribunal. If the company have been conducted in a fraudulent manner, or the company was formed for fraudulent and unlawful purpose, or the persons concerned in the formation or management of its affair have been guilty of fraud or misconduct in connection therewith, and that it is proper that the company be wound up. In this situation also, if a company is formed in a fraudulent manner, or if it is formed for fraudulent or unlawful activities, then these are also the grounds under which the company may be compulsorily wound up upon the petition by the persons mentioned under the section 272 of Companies Act. If the company has made a default in filing with the registrar its financial statements or annual returns for immediately preceding 5 consecutive years, that is, if the company has not filed its financial statement with the registrar of company for 5 consecutive years, then the company can be compulsorily wound up by the tribunal. If the tribunal is of the opinion that it is just and equitable that the company should be wound up. If the tribunal feels that it is just and equitable to wind up a company, in that case also the company may be wound up. So, these are the circumstances under which a company may be compulsorily wound up by the tribunal. Thank you for joining us. In our next video, we will be discussing about liquidator's final statement of accounts. Till then, stay tuned.